Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Media every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do like the button, hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth on both sides of the story. Today, it's Sushant's day. Fans have flooded the social media with wishes on Sushant Singh's birthday. January 21st marks the 37th birth anniversary of the late actor Sushant Singh Rajput, who was brutally killed on June 14th. And Sushant Singh was, as we all know, was more than just an actor for his fans. He was an inspiration, an idol. January 21st marks his 37th birthday. Today, his fans showered so many wishes, prayers. They came live on, in front of his house. And we also have some members of the Candid Media family in front of the house of SSR. So before we, move on and give you the live link to join us live, I'd like to take you through this journey of this great artist, Sushant Singh Rajput. I don't think Bollywood or Indian cinema will ever have such a kind soul as Sushant Singh Rajput ever in their history. He was not jealous of anybody. He was a kind soul who cared for everybody, the rich and the poor. He did not have any difference. And look at this quote. See, love is how you stay alive even after you're gone. It's a quote from Mitch Albom. So this is what Sushant Singh represents. See, so many, 2.5 years since he died, and still he is as much alive within us that we fight for him. We fight for his justice for him. So which means you can understand the kind of impact this man had on our lives. He was an inspiration. Let us just look at pictures from his life as a kid. Look at him, even as a child, his expressive eyes, the beauty of his face. With his mother, always smiling, the kind soul that he was. With his sisters celebrating his birthday, the only boy in the family. Look at the sister feeding him cake. And this is Shweta, who is in America. Look at his face. This boy was meant to change all of us. Even today, as we speak of him, a myriad emotions pass through our mind. Look at the way he posed. He knew that he was going to be an actor soon. When his sister got married, Shweta got married. He's here with Shweta's husband and his father. Here he's seen dancing with Shweta. This, the whole family, with his sisters and his brother-in-law and their children and the father. He is here with his sisters, at his sister's wedding, Shweta's wedding, and you see how much he cares for his family. Here you see he would have gone on a visit to USA and been with Shweta, and look at the pictures of him with her children. He was kind, he was considerate, and yet such a kind soul was torn to bits, murdered by most treacherous people. This is something we cannot forget. We will not forget. We will not allow Bollywood to forget this, ever. Look at him. All the pictures you see, how he exudes so much of love. This is with his sister Meetu. And this is with his, there's another sister, I think in Bihar. They are totally 4 sisters. And this is with his father. And of course, this is with Bhatt, who left the world to join him. We cannot forget this man, and we will not forget this man. Remember, first people started fooling us by saying it was a suicide, not a murder. But we, the fans, knew that something was terribly wrong. They called him bipolar. They pushed him on to doctors, where they said, dear police, this is a clear case of bipolar problems. Mahesh Bhatt and Riya pushed him to doctors and said that he had a bipolar sickness. Then they said that he had hung himself with a flimsy green cloth. And we can't even imagine how such a flimsy cloth could hang a 6 feet 2 tall, strong man. And then they walked off with whatever evidence was there in plastic bags. And were these the real police? We do not know. And then, you know, the tamasha that happened between the police and the politicians at that time. You know what to do. And the police do exactly what they say. And then he's taken to Cooper Hospital. Everybody calls it the hospital of death. And where even whatever evidence was left was also removed. And then you have this minister who kicked him around like a football. Federal agencies were brought in, but they did not act. And you know, this man, like all of us, the public, are always victims of everybody from politicians to judiciary to media to bureaucrats to actors to Bollywood. This is what exactly happened to Sushant. He became a pawn in their hands, while the people who played a big role in his death are still walking free, having love affairs. So let us take your comments, and I will just leave the lines open. You can join me as you as you come and present whatever you would like to say. Please make it brief so that others can also say what they have to say. So I'm going to give you the link, friends. Please join me. This is the link. So friends, you can join me on this link. Please come and speak your mind. So let me also take comments from my friends. Happy birthday to you, Sushant Bhaiya, says Sohini. Happy birthday, SSR, the only living legend, says Tuhina. Justice for SSR, Disha and Jia Khan. Happy birthday to Sushant, says Pamelia, an awesome human being and now a blessed soul, the only living legend of Bollywood. I pray to give justice to SSR's family, hope his family especially, his dad is in good health, says Tuhina Bhattacharya. Good evening, Meena ma'am and Jaydev, says Priya. Happy birthday to SSR. May God keep his soul and rest in peace. Good morning, ma'am. Always love your show, says Leela. This is Sahil Nair in the first year of his first anniversary of his birth after his death in front of his house. Leela says, justice for Sushant, boycott Bollywood mafia. Tornado says, happy birthday, SSR. You'll be in our thoughts forever. Greetings, Saffron. Thank you so much, Tornado. Happy birthday to our dear Sushant. You will always be in our hearts and never will we forget our beloved. Happy birthday, says Nexus Media. Ma'am, when all the evidence is there, then why the criminals are not yet caught? Why still the strictest punishment not given to criminals? Minan, happy birthday, Sushant. Boycott Bollywood forever. Ma'am Saffron, please. The converse. George, hi Minaji from London, welcome. Happy birthday to SSR, says George. Shubh Punyatithi of our hero Sushant Singh Rajput, long live, justice will bestow you, says Neela. Selva says, namaste, wish I can join live, but getting ready for work. Happy birthday to Sushant Singh Rajput. Thank you for joining us in every way that you can. Sushant Moon, Sushant Day, happy birthday, Bhaiya, says Sukla. Uma says it's Sushant's day. Happy birthday to you, Sushant. Miss you a lot. Let's hit the like button, everybody, says Martin. Happy birthday, Vijaya, says Vijaya. Abhishek. Prerna, happy birthday, dear Sushant. Welcome, Purna. Sushant was meant to unite all of us around the world. He's an innocent, humble, and good spirit person. He loves all of us unconditionally. He helps the poor, the elderly, and his fans in need. Happy birthday, Abhishek Gupta. Friends, the link has been given. Do join us. Tuhina, women, kids, men, senior citizens, all were comfortable around him because he respected everyone. Rich, poor, everyone. He is a divine soul. SSR 1986 to forever, says Tuhina Bhattacharya. Thank you, Tuhina, for that. SSR always immortal in our hearts, says Purna. Happy birthday to Sushant Singh Rajput, says Sonal Vora. He would have been 37 today had he not been murdered. Justice for SSR, Disha, and others. Har Har Mahadev. Happy birthday to this great soul who awakened us from our deepest ignorance and showed us what selfless love is, a true karma yogi, says Chitra. Neelam, Ria will rot in hell. Happy birthday, dearest SSR. We will never forget you and promise we will fight till you get justice, says Gerardo Garcia. Happy birthday to legend Sushant Singh Rajput. I wish it was with you, Sir SSR. Bharti. Thank you, Martin, for always being a part of us. I can't believe this deadly Cooper hospital is still operating. Shameless, says Leela. Very well depicted, Meenali. Thank you so much, Purna. Justice for SSR and Ria. Boycott Bollywood. Nexus Media. This is the link, friends. Do join us. And please, this is important. Do not sit back. Join us and fight with us to get justice for this beautiful soul. Good evening, Nexus. Justice for SSR Pune. I feel really sad, like Kangana, Payal, and Smita gained publicity by using SSR's death. After Sushant's death, I realized the reality before that I believed Bollywood to be a fantasy world. In fact, today I've changed a lot as a person, thanks to our SSR. Happy birthday, Photon, says Shilpa. Chitra. Sad to see Wikipedia still says his death is suicide by hanging and he was on drugs and medication without prescription. Says was bipolar and severely depressed. Not sure how we can change. No, Wikipedia can be changed by anybody. The sisters need to do it. Happy birthday, champ. Come back stronger. Until then, boycott Bollywood will be on. Happy birthday, SSR, says Dhanashri. Zoya, happy birthday to our favorite Sushant. We miss you and we love you forever. Please bless us. Help us all get justice. You will get justice, says Zoya. Happy birthday, champion. I know you're in a better world, says Shweta Mimani. We will be your warriors till the end. Fight is long, but we won't give up. Wish every family should have a child like you, says Shweta. Now let me add Anuradha. Welcome, Anuradha.
Thank you. Namaste, Meena, and namaste to the Candid Meena family.
Yes.
Today is a very special day. I think it just speaks a lot about the world that we are in and the times that we are in, that such pure souls like SSR meet such horrific, gory deaths. So I think that's a point of reflection, and I do believe strongly that it is incumbent on each one of us citizens who can to speak up, and speak up in whichever way, because if we choose silence, then we are pretty much, not pretty much, we're actually on the side of the oppressor. There are certain situations where silence is not an option, and I think for those of us who can and who choose not to speak up, we need to hang our heads in shame.
Yes, absolutely.
All I can say is there's a very famous uh, Bhagavad Gita shloka which says, and I think I said this on his first and death anniversary program also. which says that yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham, which to my own limited understanding means that anytime there is injustice in this world, I will come back to seek justice. I will be back. And I do believe that his was one such uh, uh, birth or soul that came to reveal all that is wrong in the ecosystem. And I am very, very sure that there will boycott BW will not have to continue longer, because that ecosystem, that industry in its present form is not going to exist very long. So they're brought to their knees, and we will not rest till they are crumbled into the dust. And that's all that I want to say.
Very well said, Anuradha. Really appreciate your coming forward and coming live with us. Savitri, welcome.
That's the least that we can do, because when Candid, I actually got to know the Candid Meena channel through the SSR movement. And I know, and I think everybody knows, the fight that Meena and the Candid Meena channel has had to, fight, uh, how difficult it has been, and how many forces have tried to shut the voices down. And yet she has persevered. So, sitting far away in another city, the very least that I can do is to try and speak up in whatever limited way that I can. Thank you, Meena, from every citizen of this country, for speaking out what we would like to, but we are unable to.
Thank you so much, Anu. Welcome, Savitri.
Oh, hi, Mina. Hats off to you, your channel first. And Miss SSR, God bless him wherever is his soul. And such a divine and pure soul. We never knew. I mean, when he was there, nobody appreciated. And now divine justice is happening. It's very much happening. Having said that, I have lost faith in the central government also. Let's not name for whatever reasons. The other day, it was very disappointing. Big shots calling. I don't know for what they are scared of, for whatever reason. But divine justice is happening, and we can see it. And as common citizens, we can do is boycott forever and ever and ever, and our prayers. And somewhere I had read, Priyanka or someone had said after SSR died that it seems in Kedarnath when he went, there was a rishi, like, not a
Yes.
very famous one. He had told, like, either if this boy will be sacrificed, if at all he goes against the system, or else if he doesn't go against the system, he'll survive very well. Our dear SSR, he chose the very it's very difficult part, and the boy of 30, 34 doing that, it's great. And my
Yeah.
heart goes out for him. I don't know about his family, and I just hope some miracle happens and he gets even legal justice. So, and divine justice is happening, and it's so nice to see. Now Pathan is coming. Just boycott, guys. I come out openly and support Bollywood movement. I too had been watching all those stuff, say before 2020, and SSR opened our eyes, and I think the same goes even for regional South Indian,
Yeah.
all sailing in the same boat. And
Yeah.
hats off
Thank you.
to you and Jaydev. God bless this whole
Thank you
family,
so
all
much.
of us.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Savitri.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, Saffron.
Namaskar, Meenaji, and namaskar to all our viewers on screen and in the comment section. Uh, I would like to just take 2 minutes, Meenaji, to
Yeah,
express
absolutely.
what I am feeling. Uh, and kind of because it's Sushant Day, and I knew that I was going to attend your show, uh, I kind of did some soul searching on, and I looked back on my life, how my uh, time was before Sushant's murder and how it kind of changed me. Now, I think we all would agree that in our lives there are some defining moments which change us for better or for worse. right? And uh, fortunately for me, 2020 was also a good year because I became a father, and a bad year because I was affected by Sushant's death. Had he not been like had he been alive today, I don't know. I will be very honest. I don't know. I would have cared much about his existence. But we sadly live in a world that like it takes the most tragic of incidents to create a revolution. And now when I look back, uh, I can't imagine having outliving their a parent outliving their child, let
Yeah.
alone knowing your child being murdered.
Yes.
And I wouldn't wish that pain on the worst of my enemy. And I say
Yeah.
with like with all honesty. But that being said, today, had he been alive, he would have been 37 and would have been all the more successful than all of the actors
Other.
he
Yes.
already was
Yes.
while he was alive. And that was one of the reasons why he was compromised, marginalized, uh, and eventually killed. Uh, One thing that I would like to mention about his family is I don't like hats off to them. I don't know how his father is having that courage to keep his calm on camera. If we put ourselves in that situation, to me, I don't think I would have those guts to speak the way he did. I saw his interview to Republic Channel, and I kind of felt like I just feel a lot for that man, and also for other people's families, including Rabia ji, who has been fighting for the death of her daughter. And sadly, I am anguished by the judicial process, which is very accused friendly, so accused centric, and does not give any level of confidence to the victims and their families that justice will be done. My fear is just that uh, Sushant Singh, knowing the legend he was, we will continue to fight till the end. I just hope that from the judicial sense, justice is prevailed, and the perpetrators of SSR are brought to book. A boomerang hits back to the person who throws, and it has already started hitting them in divine
Yeah.
ways. But I would also want to see the justice done through the judicial process in order to have any faith in the system.
Yeah.
So that's all I would
Absolutely.
like to say.
Thank you so much, Safrin, for that. Thank you for coming and sharing your words. Yes, actually, Mira is in front of SSR's house today, and she's been sharing clips with us. And it's really great of you to Mira to go there. And she said there is a small group of people there, and she's been taking photos and videos. Thank you so much for that, Mira.
Yeah, good
Oh,
evening,
wow.
everyone. Hello, can
Yeah,
you hear
welcome,
me?
welcome, Mira.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was there this evening and I was there last year too. And the difference I found was last year there were a lot of people who had just come on their own and paying tributes there, placing flowers and lighting candles.
Yeah,
Today there was just one lit candle outside Mont Blanc, and there were groups of people, but I think they were like some YouTubers and some small time media channels. And I think the
yes.
people were fans definitely, but I think they were brought by these people, so they weren't very willing to talk to me when I was talking to them. But
See, actually,
yes,
Meera, that is a problem. See, the groups like to remain aloof, but actually, we are all a part of the same movement. And it is at such times that we should unite and say that, see, we are fighting for Sushant. At this time, there's no need to say that, see, I belong to someone and someone belongs to someone else. It's all one group, whether you're speaking from USA or UK or any other place. We are all one part of one movement.
but yes, the couple of people I spoke to, they said, "Oh, you talk to that leader of our group, and then And then anyway, many of them are subscribers of your channel, some young boys.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
told me they can join live. Let's see if they do. But yeah, the fans are there, and they cut a cake, and I mean, very fact that after 2.5 years, it's still in our minds itself is
yeah.
a very no, great
Yeah.
achievement. And
Yes.
of course, the millions of fans' prayers and all should finally get justice. But I feel our system and our government and our agencies, the slow work they are doing, it's just eroding our faith in them. And I don't see how they can't understand this and are ignoring the voice of the masses. They should just stop looking at things from the political prism and deliver justice. Because this is just I mean, the public is not going to forget it, like, unless at least a charge sheet is filed soon. It's like
Yeah.
over 2.5 years, and virtually everything has come to a standstill. So basically,
So
yes,
here,
and
what I feel is, Mira, see, I was just looking at some other case, and the center had put pressure that within a week they need to, come with a verdict. Okay, which means that if they want, they can push a case, and fasten it. But this is happening because of these political games that they are playing in Maharashtra. You see, when I was watching this Ambani's, engagement party, you see Aditya Thackeray coming with his mother being hugged and treated with royal treatment by the Ambanis, and there itself you'll find Eknath Shinde and also Devendra Fadnavis there. See, what is happening is this horrible nexus between politicians, and corporate people and Bollywood and all these politicians. So what happens is that, see, they don't know where the line stops. You see?
honestly, they are just cocking a snook at us public, because they know, like, they've got us on the mat. They'll go about their life and everything. And unless it's going to affect them and due to some political compulsion, then they may tighten the noose around the powerful people. But otherwise, I don't think this is heading anywhere from the looks of it. It's not
Yeah,
only politicians, even you can see in that other case of that ICICI Bank, Chanda
yeah.
Kochar, and they got the contacts, so they're always out on bail.
Yeah.
So
Here I
these
wanted to show you something very interesting. See, this is sent by Dhanashri. Okay. So Dhanashri has sent this she sent it from Aurangabad. And this is regarding Pathan. Okay. And you will see that very few tickets are booked. So the lies that SRK is showing, this is Sushant's, effect on these people. You see, they can't do a thing. They're all caught in this terrible, what you call the quagmire, where they can't get out because nobody wants to see their movies. Until you give justice to Sushant, and the politicians and the judiciary are still delaying it. They say, okay, well, let's wait. Federal agencies are also saying wait. But then at this time, the people who are suffering are actually Bollywood. So you see the vicious cycle that's set out after the murder of Sushant. Yes, Saffron.
Uh, Ma'am, I would like to say that we all are aware of the lies that are being peddled by Bollywood and their entire cabal, and that has been happening for a long time. After Sushant's death, the kind of revolution that has been, like, generated, and its effect, it has rattled the biggest of the stars, and they have come out and they are begging to the politicians, right, about requesting them to take some action or discourage people to say such things, right?
Yeah,
None of them came out open with their opinions on what happened to Sushant, or they did not even remember Sushant, right? We are almost into, like, the third year of him being murdered. We are close approaching the third year of his, I wouldn't say death anniversary, but murder anniversary, right?
yes, no damage.
uh, I and Mira, what Miraji said, she's right on the money. I have lost faith in the politicians from both sides of the aisle, honestly, because I feel like they are just fooling us by coming on screen and doing fights. Maybe they are harassing, or, like, each other to get some political mileage, but behind the curtains they are very well connected, like a close knit circle. And I pat your back and you pat my back. It's that
Yeah,
kind of, I got your back, you got my back, that kind of strategy they are doing. So even if one party is in power and the other is on the losing side, they get some financial gains through the backdoor
Yes.
channels, is what I have started to believe. So I have very little faith in it. But all those things being said, right, I do believe that there is always a silver lining in
Yeah.
every tragedy,
Absolutely.
and we
Yeah.
have to notice that, because that's what we are here for. Otherwise, what is the
Yeah.
purpose of our existence? We are here to evolve. And I see the boycott of Bollywood and the tension these people have on their faces very few times when you see their Twitter clips or their viral videos. I see to it as a silver lining. I see to it as a divine justice. So while I may not have entire faith in the judicial system and the processes that will bring them to book, but I do certainly feel that there is some kind of damage that we can do. And also that these people are being controlled by their dons in Karachi, right? And they are instructed to peddle a particular agenda which is completely opposite to how our Sanatani values and beliefs are.
Yeah.
I think it is going to make our job easier if we continue. All we have to do is just to show perseverance and keep talking about the things, keep talking about the issues, and continue to boycott these people.
Yeah.
And even if I think that, like, even if Sushant Singh Rajput was alive today, in some or the other way, this boycott would have happened. But the what has happened is that, like, after Sushant's death, we are seeing the intensity and the magnitude of it has suddenly been, like, unmistakable.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, Zoya comes out with something new. Zoya is saying the Bhushan Kumar rape accused for so long has not been charged until now, but Surjit Singh Rathore, arrested with so many charges against him for molestation of a model, arrested today. Some foul play here. Now, for those who don't know about Surjit Singh Rathore, he is the one who said, Ria said, sorry, Babu, at the mortuary. So this man has now been arrested, saying that he tried to molest a model. Now, till now, he was not caught. So it's very strange that he's been caught now, because he was the one who mentioned that SSR was murdered. So people are suspecting something foul here, and that is what Zoya is trying to get to. So Dhanashree, can you join us? Yes, Anu, just a second.
Yes.
Yeah, Dhanashree's been waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is my voice audible to you?
Yes, very audible. Please tell
Hello.
us. Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. I don't. I want to add, I Sushant Singh Rajput death has been, murdered, or what mysterious death has been affected in, to many commoners. Number one. And second point, I want to add people like Kangana, Payal Rohatgi, and his friend Smita, have gained too much publicity. They used his name for publicity, or for their publicity.
Yes,
Shamelessly, they are, they're sharing everything in social media. I really feel how these people can sleep very peacefully.
absolutely.
हम there is one, हमारे मराठी में एक कहावत है मैम, बोलते ना मेलेल्याच्या टाळूवरचं लोणी खाणे. मतलब है ना, मतलब इसका मतलब क्या होता है, जो कोई मरता है ना उसका बेनिफिट लेना. They are benefiting, they have Payal Rohatgi has gained viewers, as well as Kangana has also gained her she has gained publicity for her new shows, Lock Up
Yes.
or something like that. She did the same. She got exposed. We have to thank for her, reality show, because she got exposed in, you know she was talking, where she's talking about Sanatan Sanskriti or something like that, Sanatan Sanskriti, Hindu Sanskriti in social media. On other hand, she is supporting a person like Munawar Faruqi.
Yeah.
She totally took a U-turn in SSR's case.
See here,
I mean,
what you say, Dhanashree, is the same thing that I was when I was watching the Ambani video. This is what I was just observing. You have Aditya Thackeray and his mother coming in, and then you have Fadnavis also, and everybody smiling and laughing and enjoying the engagement party, because it would have been a very lavish one where they would have met everybody who matters. Now, see, if you look at reality,
Exactly.
if somebody has murdered, someone close to you, can you look at that person's face? Okay, you can't. Can you deal with that person? You can't. Will you invite him for your party? No, you won't. Okay, unless you have vested interests. Okay, so you are hand in glove with people like these. That makes the nexus. You see, everybody who was there at the party, were from everywhere, and they all came with so much of happiness. Because, see, I won't go to my enemy's house, right? Or, an enemy will not will not come to my house. So, if you look at it that way, so what is happening is that this whole thing is controlled by very, very huge forces. And these forces are difficult to dismantle. You are only talking about small things like Kangana Ranaut and all that. No, there are very big forces working. And even if you're talking about, see, I don't have that person with me online, Divided Streets of America, but he is brilliant. What he said was that, see, the economic forum, which is happening, the International Economic Forum, which is happening, World Economic Forum, that is where they decide how the world will become in future. Okay, how many people will live, how many people will die? Okay, what are the illnesses that need to be spread? Okay, how do you reduce the population? Okay, these are the things that were there. Now, I won't name the minister, but the lady minister who was there, when she was there at the Davos Economic Forum, there were tweets, from Bill Gates Foundation, actually cheering her. Now, what does Gates Foundation have to do with our politicians? Okay, we know there are NGOs and all working backstage. Now, what is the link between a central minister of India and Gates Foundation? So you see, to tell you the truth, Dhanashree, this is not so small as in Kangana or in these people who have done U-turns. Saffron, perhaps you could correct me in this.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. I think she's just a cog in the wheel, and the problem is a lot on a larger scale. Just adding to what Dhanashree said, I think these people like Kangna, even though they have a very like they play very small but critical part in brainwashing people's mind, their reality is exposed when they come on such reality shows and display their true behavior. And that is why awakening is being awakened, being cognizant of your surroundings, being spiritually awakened is so important, so that you can sometimes what happens is you see somebody coming on screen, he will talk two things in support for Sushant Singh Rajput, and you think that, haha, ye insan acha hai, he is part
Yes.
of the movement, he's speaking for Sushant. But you don't know, that person maybe having some kind of ulterior motives why he's saying the things that he's saying, and like few months or a year down the line, you will happen to be surprised that person has taken a complete U-turn. We have seen way too many people doing that in this movement. So I feel that being spiritually awakened and not just relying on these media clips that circulate out in the open, but closely following someone through over a period of time and seeing what work they have done, how much they have spoken, and have they been consistent in what they have done over the years, have they taken accountability for wherever they have erred, right? So we all are human beings, there are mistakes can happen, but are they acknowledging them? So these kind of things are the ones on which we can form a more informed opinion. And yes, we have to do the things that we have to do. We have to keep continuing to boycott Bollywood. We have to spread awareness within our family members, in our friend circle, uh, raising the significance and the awareness of the need to boycott Bollywood now more than ever.
Yeah. Anu, you had to say something.
Yeah, just that uh, I had a point in mind. It's not It's just that I read this beautiful comment by Diksha, I think, who's in the Candid Meena comments, that SSR, have a great day with your mother and fudge
Yeah.
together. And I think, that just brought tears. And I hope the
Yes.
three of
Yes.
them are together. And also, when I'm not given to such displays, but when I saw, the Bollywood, the group sitting and on their knees begging the UP CM, I actually stood up and cheered.
Yes. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
just said, this is karma at its
Yes.
finest.
Exactly.
It is,
Yeah.
it is not that I wish bad for
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
or I'm sure there are many, many good, honest, hardworking people in the industry, but the ecosystem has to be brought to it's got to be crumbled to dust, and we're not going to rest until that happens. So
Yeah.
that's all that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes. Ab-
I would like to add one more point to what Anuradha ji was saying.
yeah.
But yes, not everyone in this business is bad. Maybe they are too weak to speak up
Yes.
because they don't have that much power. When powerful people like Sushant Singh Rajput can be killed, it gives very little courage to the people in the Bollywood industry to say
Yeah.
anything against their own structure
Yeah.
and question the hierarchy.
Yeah.
But we can do that because we are not part of that ecosystem. And
Absolutely.
uh, and for better or for worse, this is the situation where you have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So
Yeah.
वो कहते हैं ना कि जब गेहूं के साथ घुन भी पिसता है, so
Yes.
even the good elements will have to face the wrath because of what has happened to Sushant Singh Rajput. And for me personally, I don't know for others, but for me, it kind of, I become very callous towards these few good
Yes.
people in the industry when I put my child in place of Sushant and see myself as Sushant's father. If you put your children in place of Sushant, then that rage and that rigor will come from within. And that was something, because and I'll be very honest, maybe if I didn't become a father in the same year, maybe I wouldn't have been part of uh, this movement. Maybe I wouldn't have cared much. I would have still believed that he was murdered, but maybe, like, I wouldn't have participated in the way I did. So I seriously feel that there should be empathy to feel what is going through with his dad, what is going through with his father, how he might be single-handedly dealing with the loss of his only son. I can't even imagine. I mean, I just go blank thinking what his situation might be, how helpless
Yeah.
he might be feeling, right? And
Yes.
one of the comments that he said on Republic was that all I can do is I can just trust the government to bring the perpetrators to the book. And
Yeah.
if that does not happen, what else can I do? So
Yeah.
that's where you see the helplessness of a father, a grieving father. But he also said that he believes that if there is any any government that can give him justice, it is this government, or he won't get justice. So
Yeah.
yes, there is
Absolutely.
hope and there is silver lining there as well.
Here also, I wanted to make a point that SSR used to feel, and which is something that we also feel. See, whenever we go for a party and we realize that we do not fit in, we feel a sort of a loneliness, or we feel cut out from those people because we do not share the kind of IQ or whatever that's happening there. And many a times it has happened to SSR when he was at Bollywood parties or at functions where he would say that he wanted to get out because he just did not fit in, you know. And it was this very fact that made others jealous of him because they did not share the same intellect, as in, or the variety of interests that he had. He was absolutely different from all of them. And that is what made them ashamed of themselves. Because if you look at what Alia Bhatt talks or Ranbir Kapoor speaks, you will know what is the standard of Bollywood. They can't go beyond ABC. And this man, he could do everything from astronomy to he was also a bhakt, Shiva Bhakt. He was into astronomy and astrology, so many things. And this man knew, because see, there were many times in an award show when they mocked him And you see his, when it panned his face, the camera panned his face, you could see the sadness, when they hit at him, the loneliness, when you are alone in this situation. And that's exactly what they did to him. They cornered him and they butchered him. Yes.
The pure truth, the pure true essence of his being, of his life, highlighted the lies that they lived. And
Yes.
that is why they were threatened.
Yeah.
His brilliance, his talent, his integrity threatened their existence, and they did away with him. And I think it's I have no words at such a
See, another
monstrous
point,
crime.
Anu, I wanted to make, Saffron, Anu, and Meera and Danish, is that, see, when I was watching this Ambani, engagement, it's kind of silly, but let me tell you what I felt. See, they were trying to show that it was like a Rajashri film production, where even the dog, participates and brings the ring, and everything is hunky dory, and everybody is happy with everybody, and it is like a Rajashri film. Okay. If it is like a Rajashri film, the kind of environment that they are living in and the kind of friends that they have, then why there is so many deaths in Mumbai? And why do they, sort of cover it up by saying that these are suicides? So that means there's a lot of, corruption and, violence and all happening, but you still seem to say that this is a Rajashri film production, where there are no deaths or no enemies or no villains, So this is something I really don't understand. Are you living in a bubble and saying that, see, everything around you is a utopian, when nothing is real? Yeah, Saffron, yes.
Ma'am, I feel that these people have joined hands, like I said, right? Politicians, bureaucrats, uh, government officials, working, like reporting to the ministry and all, and it's just a matter of uh, making sure that everybody is mutually benefited, right? So even
Yes,
if one
yes,
party is in power, the other party is like opposing all these things, right? There's just a perception that is created. I won't be surprised that to know that uh, there might be certain still connections that our chief minister, and I'll say it like, without making any bones, that the chief minister must be on a very good terms with Matoshri, right? And
yes,
all these events where you see these political leaders from both sides present,
yes,
that in itself should be a testimony to the fact that these guys are very good friends behind closed curtains or closed doors, or
yeah,
howsoever you may want to put it. So I think that uh, it's like uh, it's a very I think to us, to me it seems like a situation of a very well structured paradox, because
yeah,
I want justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, and I know that the judicial process can give me justice, but who is controlling the judicial process? The very government
yeah,
which is seen
absolutely.
happily parting with the perpetrators of
Yes.
the very same people of the party that.
That is irony.
Yes, exactly. And that's why, like, I question that, like, am I living in a fool's paradise thinking? And then I also hear news. I heard that a few months ago, kind of related to the struggle that a common man has to face while getting justice. I will talk about Rabia ji, where the High Court dismissed her plea to involve any external unbiased agency like FBI to
Yeah,
investigate Jia Khan's death.
yes.
Why did the High Court do that? Because
Mm,
clearly, Jia Khan's mother, Rabia ji, did not have any faith in what the agencies did. And then the
yes.
agency, CBI, also came out with the thing that there is very minimal evidence.
Mm,
अरे भाई, अगर आप 10 साल लगाने वाले हो किसी एक इंसान की मौत को इन्वेस्टिगेट करने के लिए, तो एविडेंस इज समथिंग which gets destroyed by the seconds, and you are taking years and years. Now it's been you started investigating Sushant Singh Rajput case in August of 2020, and even now, let alone charge sheet, there has been no statement from your end that gives us any faith that the investigation is heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So many people have provided evidences to CBI headquarters. They have called, gone there, done dharna. What else do you want to do? Do you want people to self-immolate themselves outside the office? What do these people want? I just don't understand. Or maybe the only thing that I can decipher from this behavior of these agencies is that they have been asked to keep mum because there is some financial dealings that
Yes,
have happened.
absolutely. This is what I feel too.
And if you
Yeah.
are rich and powerful, right, mostly if you are rich, you can get away with murder also, like, it has come to that. And we have
Yeah.
seen it so many cases. Look at the Dabang who just ran his vehicle over
Yeah.
poor people, beggars, right? He is out
Yes. Yes.
happily making movies. Some of his crazy fans are watching, the PR agencies promoting him. He expresses himself like a holier than thou figure on that Big Boss show,
Mm, mm,
telling people who is right, who is wrong. Arey bhai, you have blood on your hands. Who are you to
mm.
do moral policing and virtue signaling to people who are abusing in the show?
Yeah.
All वो कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, there is a saying, इस हमाम में सब नंगे.
Mm,
Everybody is painted with blood on their hand. They have blood on their hands. Everyone.
mm. Zoya says when Dino Moria put up a video on June 13th night saying, I'm alive and I'm alive, was somewhere around 3 a.m. or so. I think that's the time SSR must have been killed. Surely some connection. Yes, Mira, you would like to tell us something?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I got interested in this case and all, not because I'm a fan of Hindi movies or Sushant. It's more because I live in the same jurisdiction where all these corrupt police officers are in charge. So
Yeah.
that's what hit us. Like, if a celebrity living here, like Sushant, can't get justice and his case is botched up, then where do
Mm,
common people like us go to in the case of any problem we have?
yeah.
So, and like Saffron rightly said, it's
Mm,
money that counts everywhere. Money and power. If you have money, you can get away with anything. Like that other case also of the big boss happened in this locality, where
yes.
he just paid off. Even the High Court judge who was retiring the next day acquitted him. So what?
Yes.
And the state government is not taking suo moto and taking the case to Supreme Court. It's years now. So
Yeah.
the person lives a full life, enjoys, makes money, and
Yeah.
that's it. And we are just spending our time and energy crying for justice and all when, really, I mean, it sounds very pessimistic, but I don't see it happening. And like many people in the chat also are saying that we should have faith in Modi ji and the government and all. End of the day, he too is a politician. He also
But you
has his
see,
political
Mira, you
requirements.
say, yeah, you have this sort of, as if you're giving up this thing,
And it's not
Mira.
about giving up, but
Yeah.
even politicians are playing a game with
No,
us.
but what I'm
If
saying
we
is,
take
forget about
the,
that. Forget about that. Look at the theaters today, Mira. Okay, this guy is
that's a
buying his own
different thing.
tickets. Yeah, he's buying his
That
own tickets. I mean,
yeah, and this
have you
is
seen an actor make a film and then buy his own tickets?
no, that's a separate issue. Boycott Bollywood is strong
That is
and
in fact, I
successful.
mean, what today's world can't give you, you're getting from above.
Yeah, but that's divine justice. But the legal justice, when are we going to see all these guys
Yeah.
behind bars?
No,
As
And
long
even if
as
they
they don't
finally,
party,
and even
as
if they
long as they don't party in these big villas and mansions, when that
and,
stops,
and even if
things will
they
happen.
finally get arrested, within a few days they're out on bail. That is the bigger tragedy of life.
yes.
I mean, when will like justice, we finally got. So
Yeah.
I really hats off to the SSR, his father and family
Yeah.
to put up with all this. I
Yeah.
mean, they're really strong.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Saffron. Yeah.
I mean,
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I completely echo your sentiments, and I agree that even I have very little faith in the judicial justice that will be given to SSR, knowing how the things are going. That being said, I also feel that this is also because people have on a global scale, I would say people have very little empathy nowadays. Like, if you think about us, we are a whole bunch of a very big group of people who are
Yes.
fighting for justice.
Yes.
But over the years, people have become tired and they are like, kuch nahi ho sakta yaar.
Yes.
They have trickled out of the movement, and they have also sometimes people come, like, few months, they check
Yeah.
tweets, what is happening in SSR case, but they are busy with their life. And if you see, not only in Sushant's case, but all of the other cases that have happened, similar cases, you see Janvi Kukreja, you see Jia Khan, you see Divya Bharti. I'll take you, like, decades back.
Yeah.
You see that all of those families,
Mm.
there is a saying in Marathi which says, Para dukha sheetal asta, which means uh, somebody else's pain is very cold, and
Mm.
you will understand that only if you face it. So I feel that
Yes. Exactly.
while us
Exactly.
as a group, we are awakened, our duty should be to, when we see that judicial justice is not happening, I think on our part, we should make it a point that every other person we know, everyone
Mm.
around us, if we can make them aware of, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
awaken them. And
Yes.
10
Absolutely.
में से एक
Sharing.
इंसान
Yes.
होता है आगे.
Yes.
In my family, there are
Absolutely.
still people who say to me, who are related to me, they say that, यार तुम क्या कर रहे हो ये,
Mm.
इससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला, right?
Yeah.
क्यों
Mm.
क्यों कर रहे हो? But वो कहते हैं ना कि घर की सफाई में किसी ना किसी को हाथ गंदे करने पड़ते हैं.
Yeah.
Sushant had to give his life. If Sushant would not have died, I wouldn't have been here with you. You wouldn't have been here fighting.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had those emotions experienced. So in a way, I
Absolutely.
think we have to find a silver line somewhere, Miraji.
Yeah.
I want to also
Rekha?
add that today,
Yeah.
when I was outside Mont Blanc, the people there are the ones I feel who have monetized SSR's murder for their benefit. There was
Yeah.
Nilotpal and there was some Sahil Chaudhary. They were the people, who had brought the public along. I saw
Yeah.
very few people like us who, would
Mm.
have gone on their own. So the fact remains that his Sushant's murder has become a cottage industry also for quite a few people.
And very surprisingly, Nilotpal is one character who was being promoted by the killers of Jia Khan, and
Yes.
who were promoting Nilotpal, that I endorse Nilotpal ji for this
Yeah.
or for that, for whatever reason. 3 years after Jia Khan's death. So you kind of feel that, like, that's exactly when I say that we have to be awakened. Just because koi dharna mein ja raha hai, koi YouTube pe kuch bol raha hai, does not mean that they are genuine for the cause. You have to
Yeah.
see the ulterior motives they might be having, and keep your eyes, ears, and mind open, and then decide what you want to do.
Yeah. Rekha, can you join us?
Yeah,
Rekha?
yeah.
Hello?
Am I audible, Meena ji?
Yeah. Yes, yes, you're audible. Yes.
Yes. Am I? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello to everybody, and a very happy birthday
To SSR. Yes. Rekha, your audio, can you keep your mic closer to you? Can you rejoin, Rekha? Can you rejoin? Yeah, Dhanashree, can you join us? Yeah, you wanted to say something.
Yes, this is not for the first time. Like, SSR has, SRK has mocked SSR. He has mocked this a legendary singer Mukesh by using his name or something, making
Yes,
fun
yes,
of singer Mukesh.
yes,
That was like, I want to just, like, sometimes I feel, what SRK has done for this country. Just look at Mukesh, or, like, list of his songs or some, or many things.
yes.
You definitely he was very good human being, I mean to say, Mukesh.
Hmm.
Like, I had heard his stories or something like that, but what about SRK?
Before Dhanashree, before you
What he
continue, let me just tell you, there is a troll here who's saying that everybody should boycott from all social media like you. People, stop this hateful content. I beg government to ban your channel, all social media accounts. Why would you want us to do this, Kumar? Something seems to be troubling you very, badly, and you seem to be, absolutely aggressive. So do tell us what is your problem. If it is Pathan, then you can just come straight forward and tell us what is your problem.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
probably
back to
some
you.
troll who has
Yeah,
lost a lot of money in demonetization, and that's why he is coming here
absolutely.
saying the things he's saying.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Dhanashree.
That's why I really feel sad, really, like, I don't know, you know like, still he has not got justice, and, like, still these people are living very happily, or, like,
Yeah.
enjoying as if nothing has happened.
See,
Look
this
at
is
the
what is
SSR's
irritating,
SRK's
Dhanashree.
attitude.
Like for example, today Ria said that she dedicated something for SSR. I didn't even bother to look at it because we all know who is Ria and what was Ria's role in SSR's life. So the very fact that when people like her walk free with her brother, that itself is enough to make your BP go high because nothing is being done. You have done something so harmful to SSR, and you walk free and buy vegetables and buy cakes and stuff, and tell media, please do not follow me, as if she's someone very important. So that makes us sad because justice takes so long. Yes, Safri.
Yes, ma'am. That's why, and this was something which I think we had realized long back that it is going to be a very long battle, and we have not even started, ma'am. Like, we have still, at least, I will say, at least 8 more years to go before we see any significant happening possibility of uh, uh, a positive impact of our movement. I would say we have at least 8 more years. By the time
Yes,
we reach at the other side of the tunnel, I think, like how I always say, that some of us will have no hair and some of us will have gray hair. Right? It's a
yeah,
very long battle that we have to.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I think we have just gotten started. We are in the we have not even reached halfway, and
Yes.
I think that we should just keep giving strength to his dad.
And
And
Saffron, while you're speaking, let me just tell you one more thing. We, the ones who have been fighting so truthfully right from the beginning till today, we are the ones who are harassed. Whether it is by people like Google or YouTube, everybody, they have joined hands with the Bollywood and these people to make us, absolutely insignificant. And yet we fight. You know, every day we are tackling so many things, so many attacks, yet we stand. So this means that, see, Sushant Singh's spirit is so strong that if we take all this onslaught and still continue to come back every every day and say that please fight for Sushant, that means how strong is his soul.
absolutely, and just to add to the fact that we are operating within the purview of the systemic laws. We are not breaking any law while we are
Yes,
demanding justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, whereas these
yes,
perpetrators went all the way above and beyond and did everything in their capacity, broke
yes,
every law, committed every heinous crime, and still today, like, they're shamelessly meeting over a businessman's wedding, son's wedding, and shaking hands. So I just feel that, like, the divine justice will stop with our efforts. So we have to continue
absolutely.
with our efforts and make sure that this divine justice continues for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Rekha, please join us.
Yes. Yeah. So am I audible? I mean, there was
Yes,
some
absolutely.
problem with the
Yeah.
internet. Yeah. So what I was saying that Sushant was definitely a very powerful soul, and he was here on earth for a purpose. We can clearly see
Yes.
that. This is really and truly about a balance has to be there in the universe, and this balance was not being maintained. That paap ka ghada, it is right. When we started this program, we were saying that that जब ये अधर्म इतना बढ़ जाता है with that shloka of our that what is our shloka for the
Bhagavad Gita.
Mahabharat.
Yeah.
कि ये जब भी अधर्म जो होता है वो बढ़ जाता है दुनिया में, and then only that there will be a power which will come and it will
Yeah.
fight, to bring this balance back into
Yes.
the universe. Exactly, this is happening. See, we were
Yes.
not knowing, we were not having an idea, even the insight, to such an extent, the things were happening inside the Bollywood, whether, it was like prostitution, whether it was casting couch, whether it was organ,
Yes. Yes.
whether it was the drugs. It was too much was happening. And ye
Yes.
thanda ho, like, it took us Sushant, one Sushant, to bring out and expose these people all, I'm so happy, that we people, we are the ones, who are like, they ek devta hote hain, asur hote hain, like, of
Ah.
course we are the nationalists, we are the whistleblowers, we are the ones, the warriors who are standing to bring our nation, from where it is deviating, to the wrong things. I really feel, there is a strict need for this. It takes nothing absolutely except for the strictness, for this discipline to come,
Yes.
when
Absolutely.
the first crime is done, when the first crime is done, committed on this land, there should be an action against that. The moment you try to hide one crime, then when it is hidden, then somebody knows about it, and then, they try to use it, the other party, that we know something about you. So
Yes.
when you do something wrong, this is what is going on in the polity of India. The
Yes.
political, and that is why we have to give now, the good power has started to come, begun to
Yes.
come in the form of Modi ji, in the form of
Yes.
Yogi ji, in the form of, that is why, we need to have, like, the results in the form of, like, that our young girl from Bangalore was raped, and then there was a shootout, all those
Yes.
victims were shot at. So,
Yes.
and that, that culprit who was caught in
Oh, that
Ujjain,
was in Hyderabad.
yeah, in Hyderabad, Reddy,
Yes.
and Priyanka Reddy, and then in that Dubey, who was Vikas Dubey, the Dubey who was caught in Ujjain, and he was
Yes.
brought. Abhi aisa hi, matlab, these are
Yes.
the
Immediate.
frustration has
Yeah.
gone.
Immediate action.
Yes, exactly. We want results. People want, we want to bring back, the universe is working on this. This is the nature, and this is people want to ask, what is God? What
Yeah.
what what God means? God is this nature. God is this nature of, fighting against this evil. So,
Yeah.
I was so happy to see this Sunil Shetty begging,
Yeah.
this Yogi ji. They have come down. We have brought them down to this level. And this is just, mind you, I would like, from your platform to tell everybody, every person in the station, अगर अभी तक तुम लोगों ने नहीं लड़ा है सुशांत के लिए, खड़े हो जाओ. अगर अभी तक तुम लोगों ने गलत चीजों के लिए नहीं बात की है, प्लीज गेट अप एंड फाइट फॉर इट.
Yes.
Unless and until you start speaking, on it, nothing will be corrected. Now,
Yes.
if you see, I'm working in a UAE, right? Okay, fine. Wherever I'm working, there is a kingdom. Come on. Now, even in this kingdom, I feel that things are much fairer in a way. Like, there are laws in place even before, there is something which they can think, people may ask for, people may start to voice. Even before that, the policies are made, they are, they are brought into, they are announced, and there is no the way to escape the punishment at the most meager of the crimes you try to commit. So that should be the attitude. It takes all that. मतलब आई मीन सब लोग को लगता है कि ये अगर, लाइक, इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि हम क्रिमिनल्स को प्रोटेक्ट कर रही है पुलिस. That the judicial system is all about protecting the criminals. Why the influential people do not use their influence for the good?
Yes.
Why for the bad? Where are we lacking? Like, हमारे देश का moral science कहाँ गया है? I don't know, these children and all. So therefore, Bollywood, I feel, clearly has, has given a very bad, has put a very bad impact on our on people
Lives,
of
yes.
on the
Yes.
students, on the little minds of our nation.
Children.
And this has to go, this has to perish. This is just a beginning. अभी हम लोगों को न हारना है, न थकना है, न कुछ. इनकी ऐसी हालत करनी है ना. ये एक एक सेंटेंस which like Kareena Kapoor had given कि मत देखो ना. It's like, it comes back to the thing that तुम देखने जाते हो, please don't go. इसका घमंड चूर होना चाहिए. What the hell they thought of themselves, and there was nobody, to question them when all these wrong things were happening there inside the, Bollywood. Just like yesterday, the wrestlers came out and how frustrated, how suffocated, how much they were feeling, being the atrocities and the bad the sexual harassment that they were going through. So in every field, people should come out and they have to speak.
Yeah.
My hats off to you, Meena ji. You have been fighting. My hats off to Dr. Bhupesh. My hats off to SSR.
Saffron, yes.
Imagine, Meena ji, I'm taking long, but I just saw.
No, no,
I will
no,
talk
no, no.
about
What you said is so relevant because
yeah,
everything within you has come out,
yeah,
and these are all strong messages.
yeah,
Thank you so much,
exactly.
Rekha, for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have
I saw
Shreyasta.
them.
That's a sensible life, is it?
So
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
So just
Oh,
just
welcome.
yeah. Okay. So just one thing I said. Just look at them how they behaved with Bihar police when they came.
Yes.
And all those videos, we should have a look. Go and have a look at all the videos
Yeah.
yet again. And more people
You
should be
know,
made to see those
Rekha,
videos.
Rekha,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
speak,
Yeah.
as you speak, Rekha, see,
Yeah.
whenever I see the faces of either Dino Moria or Jackie Shroff or all
Yeah.
these people, this person who was speaking, Sunil Shetty,
Hmm.
there's so much of anger within me. I don't know. See, as you grow older, you're supposed to be, more spiritual. But when I see these people, something, goes off in me, and I see that how can these people exist after what they have done to Sushant Singh Rajput? So, whatever anger you have within you, whatever you have expressed, is
Yeah.
everything that we feel. Yeah, Shreyasta, can you join us? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree with Rekha, ma'am. She's
Yeah.
100% correct. And I just want to add one more thing, ma'am. It's been happening from decades, and this is international.
Yeah.
The roots and tentacles are like very, very deep in every department. And up, you raised a question,
And I just want to add
why
one more thing,
justice is
ma'am.
not being
It's been
served or
happening from
something.
decades.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, the justice system has been subjugated, and they have put their own people in all positions you can imagine. And this is not
Yeah.
even public knowledge now that, like Rabia ma'am and all other people who fought the other cases and everything, they are also silencing the family in so many ways, mentally torturing them, whatnot,
Yes.
keeping an eye on them and all these things. So they never thought that uh, this SSR boycott Bollywood movement would really take off and people will actually boycott. This is like one of the most successful divine
Yes.
justice movement
Absolutely.
happening. And they
Yeah.
are very, very scared, and we have to keep this up. And we need strong leaders like Modi ji and Yogi ji. They need to be like even Amit Shah. I heard we need another 2 decades for this because they know it very well.
Yes.
They're like,
Yes.
the system's tentacles are in drugs, in human trafficking, child trafficking, all these things in all these
Yes. Yes.
parties and everything that they do. And whatever is their psychology, ma'am, it manifests. Even if you look into that Balenciaga thing that happened,
Mm,
okay, that lady, one of the persons from the family who came out, she was abused as a child sexually.
mm, mm.
There is this lady,
Yeah.
I think her name is Alexandra or something. So
Yes.
she
Yes.
said that yes, and her mothers and aunts kept quiet, and they
Mm.
kept on making it happen and happen. And see what was that image, right? Child's toy being turned into such dirty things, ma'am. I
Yes.
don't even
Yes.
want to say it. And the same thing, same cut copy paste is happening here. And all these
the other actresses from Sri Lanka and all. I won't name names.
Mm.
But they serve as high class whatever escorts to these people and this and that, and they are coaxing the
Yeah.
new kids or the new
Yeah.
girls to also
Yeah.
follow the same path. They're like,
Yeah.
this is the only
Sensible.
way
I'll
to
just give
success.
a little time to Neelam also, who's been waiting for quite some time.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
okay?
I,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Neelam, please join us. Yeah. Neelam, I think, yeah, one second, you're muted.
This is the
Yeah. I'll just give a little time to Neelam also, who's been waiting for quite some time. Is that okay? Neelam, can you reduce the volume of your TV?
Good evening, Meena ma'am. And
Good evening. Yeah, one second, you're muted. I'll just give a little time to Neelam also, who's been waiting for quite some time. Is that okay? Neelam, can you
yes,
reduce the volume of your TV? Neelam, I think you
good
need to
evening,
close the
Meena
volume
ma'am.
of your TV.
E- And good evening, Saffron, and good evening, all the viewers.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, please turn off your TV.
So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, now you are.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
you are.
audible. You're audible. Please continue,
Am,
Neelam.
am I audible?
Yes, Neelam. Yes. You're audible. Please go ahead. Go ahead. You're audible.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Actually, it's a very emotional moment today. Yeah, it's a very emotional moment today, as it's the Punya Tithi of. Actually, as it's the Punya Tithi of Sushant Singh today, and whatever the other viewers, Anuradha ma'am and everybody said, and Saffron said, I completely agree. And I'm actually very much dumbfounded, and I'm very much in pain realizing that it is more than 2.5 years, and nothing, no justice is being served till yet.
Yes.
And I feel, rather, it's my question to Saffron especially, why the government is keeping quiet. Why can't they act, because they have all the power, even when they know the I mean the exact scenario.
Yes.
So
Ma'am, there is no incentive
and
for them.
even after the ample of evidence present, nothing is happening. So from where the common people will get the ample
Absolutely.
of
I'm with you.
evidence
I'm with you, Neelam.
present, nothing is happening. So from where the common people will get the. Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you, Neelam. I think you, because your TV is on, you're hearing a repetition.
So the point is, instead of we thinking this should have happened and that should be the case, I think what should be done next so that the justice is served, because it's already too late, and if justice is given so late, it loses the uh, trust of the people, and the self confidence takes a nosedive.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, well said. Well said.
the
Yeah, Saffron, would you like to comment?
Ma'am, I would like to answer Neelam
takes
ma'am's
a
question, and
nosedive.
Yeah,
will conclude
So
my viewpoints after that.
yes.
Ma'am, can you put her on mute, because I
Yeah, I
think
put
her.
her on mute. Yes,
Yeah.
I put her on.
So obviously, Neelam ji, we all echo your sentiments, and this is something we also discussed today, that we can't do beyond what we are doing. We can take steps to identify if there are certain honest people in the judicial and powerful positions who can deliver us justice, and we can try to reach out to them and get their counsel on what can we do. A lot of work we are doing, a lot of divine justice is happening, yes, from the judicial process, judicial viewpoint, we are not getting any justice, and it's a very frustrating process. But believe me, as much as you are frustrated, just imagine what would be going through the minds of the families of the victims. Like, what would SSR father, if he can maintain his calm and composure, and he can put trust in the government, and he believes that if at all his son has to get justice, it's this government that can give justice. So we have to only see, it's not something in our hands, I would say. uh, and I would like to conclude by saying that the most beautiful feelings in the world cannot be touched or seen, but it has to be felt in your heart. And fortunately or unfortunately, after Sushant's murder, he was too well loved by all of us to ever be forgotten. And just would like to say this quote for Sushant, that if love could only save you, you would live
Yes.
forever, and you will live forever in our hearts.
Yes. And also the fact that,
Um,
see, we all remember him 2.5 years later itself shows that he is not dead. He is with us
Meenaji, I
in our
would just
hearts.
like to conclude, since there are
Yes,
many
please.
people who would like
Yeah,
to.
please.
So, what I feel is that where do we start to act? Where does this
Yeah,
government, which is in full power at this moment, who
yeah,
can work? Where do we start? What
yes,
will be at stake? What is going to be at stake by this
yes,
bringing the culprit?
yeah,
Now, whatever may be upside down happening with whatever you feel, something has to be sacrificed.
yes,
So
absolutely. Yeah. I think your voice has gone off, Rekha. Yes. So, on this note, we'll end this session. Thank you so much, Shreyasta, Rekha, Neelam, Dhanashri, and Saffron, and all the other panelists who were with us before. That's Meera and Anuradha. Thank you so much for telling us what you think and what we should, that we should not give up also. Very important to continue fighting and keep this boycott Bollywood movement live. Thank you. Good night. Jai Hind.
thank you.